Hey everyone, this is Spiro with Newsbud with some breaking news. Sunday, June 26th, Sacramento, California. Neo-Nazis held a rally at the Capitol, and there was a counter-protest that you see here. These are not the Nazi protesters or the anti-Nazi protesters. These are the police who were also in attendance, and for good reason. At least 6 people were stabbed and 7 hospitalized after violence had broke out at these protests. I will leave a link over here for Francis Wang's Twitter page. It shows the violence break out as the anti-Nazi demonstrators went and viciously attacked the Nazi demonstrators with sticks, rocks, punches, you name it. This is the anti-Nazi effort in Sacramento on today's date, the 26th. This was created by Anti-Fascist Action, and at this point, this group here appears to be the aggressor as far as the violence is concerned.
As weak as they are, they had to run hiding, and we want to make sure that happens, and we're committed to making sure that if they try to show their faces publicly again and hold any other rally, whether it's in Sacramento, whether it's any other place in California or nationally, BAM is building and leading a movement that's committed to building militant, integrated, direct action to shut them down by any means necessary.
Now at this point, no arrests have been made, and it's not clear who stabbed who. But from these 2 pictures here, you can see both men that are being treated for stab wounds are African American. So that would lead one to believe that it must have been the white supremacists who stabbed them, right? But clearly, in my opinion, after reviewing lots of video footage, the anti-white supremacists were the aggressors physically. According to Matthew Heimbach's Twitter page, he tweeted out a photo of these men here, just some of our brave comrades preparing for today's march in California. Looking to this Twitter page further, Matthew Heimbach, you can see that this rumble that took place today in Sacramento has been brewing for some time. This anti-fascist movement wanted to run the neo-Nazis out, and they've been bantering back and forth on social media for some time, eventually leading to this violence today. Taking a look into Matthew Heimbach, you can see he has been plastered all over the internet for the past few years. And this guy's only in his mid-20s. He's been in all sorts of different news publications, preaching his white supremacist ideology and hate. Even the Southern Poverty Law Center has put together a rather lengthy piece on this guy. They state clearly at the top, he is considered by many to be the face of a new generation of white nationalists. Heimbach founded a campus chapter of the Youth for Western Civilization at Towson University. Now that is a suburb of D.C. He also has his own Metapedia page and is connected to that Trump rally where a quote-unquote white nationalist was shoving a Trump protester. Not only is this guy able to get all kinds of different media coverage, he's been able to travel coast to coast and spread his message. He also was able to take a long trip to Europe and join forces with key right-wing groups in the Balkans and Germany, pushing their agenda. So this guy is definitely a prominent figure in this white supremacist movement. Take a look at some of the promo pieces that have been done on his behalf.
Nightline takes you inside the mind of a white supremacist.
We're racist. White power.
He's the new face of hate.
Our generation is primed for this revolution.
And now he's going on a cross-country trip, spreading his message.
I see the...
Okay, so there you have it. They're pushing this guy big time. Okay, so this guy's been on Vice News and everywhere. This guy raises some big red flags for me, and I think he needs to be looked into further. In my opinion, he fits the perfect MO for someone who's playing both sides of the fence. Now, it's no secret that the U.S. has a long history of working with Nazis. At least 1,000 ex-Nazis were hired by the U.S. during the Cold War, and a lot of them were even moved to the U.S. by the CIA. Even the FBI was blamed for covering up their role in the assassination of Martin Luther King, saying that crucial documents were destroyed and evidence was destroyed to stop the exposure of their high-ranking Klansman who was an FBI agent. I mean, we see it time and time again where confidential informants play key roles in FBI foiling their own terror plots, for example. They manufacture the threat themselves to justify their funding and their existence and their ever-expanding powers. Now, we know that racial division is part of the divide and conquer tactic that has been in full swing for some time. We know that the Black Lives Matter movement was being paid. A lot of these protesters are being paid to show up by Soros and others. If you look throughout history, both sides of every major conflict are funded by the same people. And this has been documented throughout history. How, for example, the FBI and their COINTEL programs infiltrated everyone from the Black Panther Party to the KKK to the Mafia to the militia, you name it. But regardless, they want us fighting with each other. If we're too busy fighting with each other, we'll never see where the outside threat really is. And that's sitting above each and every one of us, playing us all off against each other. Make sure you guys come over here to Boiling Frog's post and be sure to subscribe. For now, when you search Newsbud, it's going to take you here to Boiling Frog's post, where the two sites will be one until a later date when we get the operation fully up and running and revamp the websites. Thank you all for your support. This is Spiro. Thanks for watching.